Welcome, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Welcome to our midster.
Welcome,
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 sir.
sir.
Welcome, sir.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome,
You're
welcome,
very,
welcome.
very welcome, sir. Welcome to have you.
Hello, sir. How are you today?
I'm well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for being here, sir. You have the floor. Would you have anything to say to us? You have the floor, sir. Take it away. Thank you so much for being here again.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Mrs.
So you
Precious.
made the
Thank you so
call.
much for.
You have access to the dashboard, sir.
All right, great. I'm just going to start. So, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everyone from wherever you are joining from. Amazing initiative. And I really want to appreciate our host, Mrs. Precious, for this amazing initiative. Thank you so much for having a heart for the next generation. Thank you for having a heart for young people. Thank you so much for what you're doing. This investment you're making in the young people. It's just God that will bless you and posterity as well. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay. And yeah, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Your being here shows that you really have, you're a visionary person, you have value for yourself, and you really want to get better. That's why you're here. So congratulations in advance. I'm very sure that this whole event will leave you better in Jesus' name. Leave you better. All right. Yeah. All right. So the topic I've been given, like earlier discussed, is on mindset, and this is a very vital topic. By the way, I really want to applaud. I don't know if she's still here or she's gone. The first speaker, awesome job on the topic on career. Awesome, really awesome job. I really want to applaud her for that session. So I've been asked to speak on Equipped to Win, Reengineering Your Mindset for Lasting Success. Reengineering your mindset for lasting success. All right. So I'm just going to start off. I'm going to start off from the definition of mindsets. Some of you already gave some definitions. So I'm just going to start off from there. So mindsets are a set of beliefs that shape how you make sense of yourself, how you make sense of the world. So I'm going to take it again. Mindset are a set of beliefs, all right, set of beliefs that shape how you make sense of yourself and how you make sense of the world. All right. Mindsets, I'll take it one more time. Mindsets are sets of beliefs that shape how you make sense of yourself and how you make sense of the world. How you see yourself and how you see the world. The set of beliefs that shape how you see yourself and how you see the world. So there are different mindsets, all right, and mindsets are categorized into their success mindset and their fits, all right. For instance, I'll start from failure mindset. The mindset of lateness, because it's a mindset. So now that word mindset are two words in one actually. It's mind and set. So how your mind is set or what your mind is on. All right. So those are two words in one. Mindset. All right. So when people, like I said, mindset, I'll give you another definition. Mindset established set of attitudes held by someone. Established set of attitudes held by someone. So, like I said, there are failure mindsets and there are success mindsets. Like I said earlier, when you see people act in a setting, they act according any from their mindset. And I'll see if we can get to how to influence your mindset and all of that. A set of minds that are producing failures in your life, you can now, re-engineer and reconstruct that, do away with the failure mindset and begin to have success mindset clearing of your life. Okay, so like I said, one of the failure mindsets is lateness. So if you're late to school, if you're late to events, that's a mindset. I'm not talking about when something happens and you couldn't control it. I'm talking about if it's a habitual thing. All right. So if it's a habitual thing, it means it's a mindset. How you know a mindset, how you know the mind is set on something. For instance, let me give you an example. This is a bottle of water. So I can decide to put it here. So I've set it here. All right. I can also decide to set it here. All right. So it's set here. And yeah.
Your voice is a little bit low. Yes, and it's been breaking for a while. Yeah, probably to check it.
Wow.
Yes, please. Thank you, sir.
Wow. Okay, can you hear me now? Is it better now? You're muted. You're muted.
Yes, sorry, thank you. So let's get feedback from the audience. Guys, can you hear Sister speak? Guys, can you all hear? Type of chat in the chat box, okay? Okay, Rhoda says that she can hear. Solomon is packing. Who else can hear?
Awesome.
Mercy can hear. Who else can hear? 3 more responses, guys. So we're sure you get the best. Okay, so move on, Sam. We're good to go. Thank you.
All right. So I was explaining mindset, and I said mindset. The word mindset. These are 2 words that make 1 word: mind and set. All right. And this is a bottle of water here. And if I put it here, if I set it here, nothing else will change it until I decide to change the position. So if I put it here, that means I've set it here. All right. So the same way, when people act in a certain way, they act based on their mindset. All right. And mindset are usually influenced by a number of things: environment, culture, and a lot of things influence mindset. All right. Good. So I told you mindsets are categorized into 2. There are success mindset and there are failure mindset. And one of the examples of failure mindset is a mindset called lateness. When a person is always late for an event, when a person is always late for a function, late to school, late to whatever, and it's something habitual, then it's a mindset. All right, is a mindset. All right. That failure mindset is oversleeping. When someone is always waking up late is a mindset. When the person is always waking up late, that's a mindset, and so on and so forth. All right, so I want to talk about one mindset, just one of them, one mindset, one attitude of the mind that will really change your life. If you get this, you're going to get this today. You're going to get it in this session. All right, it's called commitment. It's called commitment. And if you can hear me, I want you to type commitment on the chat. Type commitment on the chat. Let me be sure you're with me. So type commitment. Commitment is spelled COMMITMENT. So just send the mental attitude called commitment. Okay, I'm seeing anybody type. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
All right, great. So commitment is what I want to share with us this afternoon. Commitment is a mindset. It's one of the most important mindsets for success that you need as a young person. Everybody actually needs this mindset. Commitment is so serious that without commitment, it is a quality without which no dream or prospect comes to pass. No dream or prospect comes to pass without this attitude, without this mindset called commitment. Commitment is the quality without which no dream or prospect comes to pass. Nothing extraordinary happens without commitment. Nothing extraordinary happens without commitment. Okay, what does it mean? What does the word commitment mean? What does it mean to commit to something? All right. What does it mean to commit to something? Commitment means to follow through. I'm just going to give you really simple definitions. The first definition of commitment means to follow through. The quality of following something through, towards their follow through. The second definition of commitment means to be joined to something, to be joined to. The first one, follow through. The second one, joined to. The third one is locked in, to be locked into something. Like when you lock a door, like when you lock a safe. I'm giving you definitions of commitment so you can have an idea of what. I'm going to give you another definition, and that this last one is my favorite definition of the word commitment. It means to be imprisoned to a cause, to be imprisoned to a cause, or to be imprisoned to something, to be imprisoned to something. So commitment means to follow through. Commitment means to be joined to. Commitment means to be locked in. Commitment means to be imprisoned to a cause or to be imprisoned to something. This is so powerful, guys. This is so powerful. Commitment, it means to follow through. It means to be joined to something. It means to be locked into something. It means to be imprisoned to something. And like I said earlier, this is the quality without which no dream, no prospect, no matter how amazing you are, no matter how talented and gifted you are, and I'm very sure that every single one of you here, you're committed, you're amazing, you're gifted, you're talented and everything. But without commitment, no dream comes to pass. Without commitment, people live really common life, and nobody here is meant to live a common life. Nobody here is designed to live a common life. Nobody here is designed to live, a normal life, as it were. Everybody here is meant to live an extraordinary life, meant to live an impactful life. All right? So commitment means to follow through on something. Commitment means to be joined to something. Commitment means to be locked into something. Commitment means to be imprisoned to a cause or to something. This is so powerful. And I'm going to give you areas of commitment real soon. So when you say you're committed to something, it means you're determined to follow something through. So it means that, guys, listen, it means if you start something, if you decide to do something, you follow it through. It's a mindset. My mentor those days it's called the discipline of follow through. That you don't have any unfinished project, any abandoned tasks, any abandoned things around your life. That you follow through, that anything you set your heart to do, that you follow it through. That is such an amazing quality. It's such an amazing mindset for everyone to have. The mindset of follow through. The mindset to be joined to something. The mindset to be locked into something, because this is the quality that produces success. So I wrote something here that anything you give part of you to is not worth it. Anything you give just a fraction of you to is not worth it. It's not worth doing. Anything you give part of you to is not worth doing. You have to have the mind. You have to have the mindset of following something through to the end. All right. So in this generation, you have people say things like, "I want to leave my options open. I want to see how it goes. All right. But that kind of mindset, that kind of attitude of seeing how it goes, leaving your options open, would not produce extraordinary success. If you're going to be a very successful person, if you're going to be an extraordinary person, you're going to have to be committed to stuff. You're going to have to be committed to something. If you're going to be an exceptional human being, if you're going to be an exceptional person, you're going to have to be committed. You shouldn't just be leaving your options, leaving your options open or see how things goes. No, because if you keep leaving all the options open and you don't make up your mind to a cause, you're going to be taking so long for you to see the full manifestation of that thing. I'm going to give you examples shortly, but I just want to set the tone with this. So anything you have to give part of yourself to is not worth it at all. So if you're going to get involved in anything, you're going to get involved with anyone, then it should be a very serious thing. You should be determined to follow it through. I'm going to give you areas of commitment so you can actually make this as tangible as possible. The next thing on that commitment here is you will not find any uncommitted person who is a success. There's no uncommitted person that is successful. There's no uncommitted person that is successful. Nowhere in the world. Anyone that is succeeding, any person succeeding in any part of the world, this quality of commitment is the standout quality. This is the mindset that makes for an extraordinary life. You will not find any uncommitted person who is a success. Anybody that gets success without commitment will have a short-lived success. That success would not last. Anything anybody gets without commitment will not last. The person will lose it. Because commitment is the glue to success. Commitment is a glue to success. And guess what? Anybody also that is committed to something and gets successful at something, and then something happens along the line and then they lose that success, in quote, before long, you see them reproduce and even get into higher dimensions of that thing, because commitment is such a powerful quality, such a powerful mindset that every young person should have. And you guys are so privileged to be listening to be in this this conference, this training, for such a time as this, because if you get this on time, you're going to set, you're going to be on the path of amazing success. There are a lot of people that are not committed to stuff. In fact, you have people all around the world. You have a lot of people that are not committed to anything. That's why you have a lot of common people. You have a lot of general people. You have a lot of, there are a lot of people that are just applauding other people succeed. There are a lot of people that are just watching other people succeed. There are a lot of people that are just in the stands. That's why you see in a stadium, you find more people watching, the people that are actually doing the work. For instance, in a stadium, you have just 22 people, football stadium that is. You find just 22 people playing football. You find just 22 people, but then you find thousands of people. Some stadiums are as much as, the stands as much as 50,000, 70,000 capacity stadiums. So you have 70,000 people watching just 22 people play football. Because in life, there are three categories of people. There are people that watch other people succeed. There are people that talk about people succeed. And the third category of people are people then that's the category we want you to be in. People that actually succeed. People that actually succeed. So in life, there are people that just talk about other people's success. In life, there are people that just watch other people succeed. All right. Then there are people that actually succeed. And ironically, there are more people that watch people succeed and talk about people succeed than the ones that succeed. And this conference is meant to position you and put you in the category of success. And success will be elusive without commitment. Commitment is that quality without which success will not be achieved, without which dreams will not be achieved. Commitment, and you have to get this. You have to get this from an early age. You have to get this, that whatever you propose in your heart to do, whatever it is you're doing right now, you have to begin to have a sense of ownership, a sense of commitment, and this is going to guide you all through. This is going to really, really guide you. You have to learn to be focused. You have to learn to be, put together, because everything depends on it. So the next thing here, before I begin to give you the areas of commitment, two more things. Let me just recap a little bit. Like I said, you will not find an uncommitted person who is successful. You will not find uncommitted people who are successful. You will not find anyone that is uncommitted that is a success. So commitment is such an important, mindset to have in your journey to success and living an amazing life. The next thing I wrote here is you must be more committed to your success than anyone else. You must be more committed to your success than anyone else. You must be more committed to your success than anyone. You must be more committed to your success than your friends. You must love to succeed more than your friends want you to succeed or love you to succeed. You must be more committed than your parents want you to succeed. Because you see, there are cheerleaders and support systems in life. And these are great. It's great to have cheerleaders. It's great to have support systems in life. But then that can be a risk as well, because, when you trust people more than you trust in your own gift, your ability, your inner resources, and they don't show up or they disappoint you, sometimes that disappointment takes away from you more than it even gave you. So you must be committed to your success. You must be committed to yourself. You must want to succeed more than Mrs. Precious wants you to succeed. Because after this conference, the next time you might be seeing her might be God knows when. But if these things are able to, if these seeds are able to enter into the soil of your heart, and they begin to grow, then in the next 5 years, 10 years, you're going to reference Mrs. Precious and tell her, thank you so much for putting that conference together because it changed my life. You have to be committed. You have to be more committed to yourself than anybody else is committed to your own success. All right, so let me begin to give you the areas of success. Let me begin to give you the areas of success. Sorry, the areas of commitment. I beg your pardon. The first area of commitment is self-discovery. You must be committed to self-discovery. The other speaker, I heard her talk about self-discovery. You must be committed to discovering yourself. And the question of self-discovery is a question of origin and assignment. The question of self-discovery is a question of origin and assignment. So when you hear the word self-discovery, basically you're asking, who are you? Like, where did you come from? And what are you doing here? There's a book titled, What on Earth Am I on Earth For? Or why on earth am I on earth? Something like that. All right. So the question of self-discovery is a question of origin and assignment. The question of self-discovery is a question of origin. It is a question that asks, who are you? Like, where did you come from? What's your descent? What's your origin? And then it's a question of assignment, meaning, why are you here? What's your roots? What's your origin? Where did you come from? From whom did you come from? All right. So I don't know if they still teach it in today's primary and secondary schools, but then those days, in the evolution theory, they said that man came from animals. Man evolved from apes and all that. But that is wrong. That is wrong theory. You didn't evolve from an animal, from an ape to where you are now. All right. So you must know your origin. You must know where you came from. All right. You must know where you came from. You came from God. You came from God. There's someone. You came from the creator of the world. You came from a creator. Somebody divine created you and put you here and put all that he has inside of you. And then he sent you here on an assignment. You are here for a reason. Because you see, if you don't know who you are and where you are going to, then every road will begin to lead you. If you don't know who you are and where you are going to, and that's why you are here, every road will begin to lead you. You must know, and I think almost every speaker is going to be talking about self-discovery, because where you are right now as young people, you really need to answer this question. It needs to be a quest. You need to be committed to self-discovery, discovering who you are. Because lack of this understanding of your origin and your assignment leads to confusion, leads to distraction. So you must be committed to your origin. You must have that mindset of commitment. And I'm giving you the areas of commitment now as young people. You must really begin to know beyond the shadow of the doubt who you are and why you are here. And I heard the other speaker talk about some books, recommended some books to you, powerful, like the book on by Tim LaHaye, Why You Act the Way You Do, and some of those self-discovery books. I'm sure Mrs. Precious can actually give us some recommendations on that as well before this conference is up, because that is the most important thing. That is the most important thing. You must answer the question, of origin and assignment. You must realize that you are here you must realize that you are here because somebody intelligent, somebody intentional wanted you to be here. You're not here by happenstance. You're not here by circumstance. You're not here by mistake. You're here because you are meant to be here. You're here as an answer to some problems in this world. You're a girl, you're a guy on an assignment, on a mission here on earth. And you must be committed to discovering the specifics of yourself. So I'm going to recap later, but let me just go on. One more thing about identity, self-discovery. Self-discovery is what determines your career and business, career or business choice. I think the other speaker talked about this. Self-discovery. That is the baseline of every other thing. You not build on self-discovery, because self-discovery is like having a correct map or a correct compass. And then from there, you now begin to build, because you can't begin to build without foundation. Self-discovery is foundational to your life. So you must be committed to discovering yourself. So when you hear, okay, read this book, do that book to know, you need to go and read it. You must be, that's commitment now. You have to go, and because you want to know who you are. You want to know who you are. A committed person is not shallow. A committed person does not just listen. One of the ways you know a committed person, one of the ways you know you are committed, is you obey. You are an obedient person. A committed person is an obedient person. A committed person is an inquisitive person. When you are told this is what you need and this is what you should do, you immediately set your course. You immediately leave every other thing you're doing and begin to do that. You begin to obey, and all that. That's one of the ways you know you are committed. So you get, and the book is free online. It's, there are PDFs online. You don't even need to buy it, and you begin to read it. As one of the reflections of commitment. Your identity also determines your friendships. Knowing who you are determines the kind of people that hang around. Okay, the second thing you committed to, some area of commitment, is commitment to your future. This is so powerful. I'm going to stay here for a bit because this is so powerful. This is so powerful. This is so profound. You must be committed to your future. You must be committed to your tomorrow. You must be committed to your dreams and your goals. You must be committed. You must be committed to your tomorrow. You must be preoccupied with your future than your present. You must become preoccupied with your future than your present. You must be so concerned about your tomorrow than your today. It's so important. You must be living for tomorrow, not just for today. You must be thinking about tomorrow. You must be thinking about your future. You must be thinking about, what's going to happen in the next few years of your life than just today. And you show commitment to your future by what you do today, by feeding towards that, by feeding towards your future, by studying, by researching, by interacting with seniors and people that has gone ahead of you. So you must show commitment to your future. You must show commitment to your future. So the future belongs to those who are committed to something. The future belongs to committed people. The future belongs to committed people. The future does not belong to everyone. The future belongs to committed people. Future belongs to people that are committed. So if you learn to be committed to things now, then it means that you're going to be in charge of the future, because the future belongs to those that are committed. Remember, we're discussing the mindset called commitment. So you must be so committed to certain things so that in the future. Okay, so let me ask you a question. It's a rhetorical question, meaning it's a question that I want you to ask yourself and just think about. In the next 10 years, maybe if you're 7 today, in 10 years time, you're going to be 17. If you're 10 today, in the next 10 years, you're going to be what now? 20. If you're 5 today, in the next 10 years, you're going to be 15. If you're 11 today, in the next 10 years, you're going to be 22. In the next 10 years, when your name is mentioned in a room, what do you want it to be associated with? In the next 10 years, I hope you're thinking, in the next 10 years, if your name is mentioned in a room, or if you walk into a room, if your name is mentioned in a room, what would you want your name to be associated with? So there's a name I'm seeing in front of me here, Kola Wole Roda. Yeah. So if Kola, when people hear Kola, sorry for not pronouncing your name properly, Kola Wole Roda. When people hear Kola Wole Roda in the next 10 years, what would you want them to? What would you want that name to be associated with? You need to write it down. You need to write it down. I'm giving you an exercise. You need to write it down. You need to think about it. I'm seeing another name here, Owolabi Abiodun Omolade. Now, I don't know if it's your name or if it's your parents' name. Maybe you're using your parents' device or whatever. But whatever your name is, in the next 10 years, if your name, because that thing, what you want your name to be associated with, you begin to build it now, and you begin to show commitment towards that thing or towards those things. If your name is mentioned, do you want it to be familiar or unfamiliar? Do you want people to say, "Oh, I know that name. Oh, is this not this person?" For instance, when you hear Dangote, what comes to mind? For instance, when you hear Cristiano Ronaldo, what comes to mind? For instance, when you hear what are their names? Prudence, Okopi, what comes to mind? When you hear some of these names, what comes to mind? If your name is Googled in the next 10 years, what would come out? What would be the result of the search? Whatever your results are, whatever you write out, you now begin to work on it. You now begin to show commitment to those things. Whatever you want your name to be associated with, you need to begin to show commitment to those things from today. You need to begin to feed. You need to feed that goal, because it becomes a dream, becomes a desire. You need to begin to feed it. You need to begin to show commitment. You need to begin to study and begin to live a disciplined life towards that, because you don't want anything other than what you've written down. So you might write it now, you might write it later, but it's an exercise that if you do, you write down a number of things, it will really change your life. To really, really change your life. Okay, somebody's writing 11 plus 10 is 21. Yeah, 21. Thank you. So that's a rhetorical question. So, like I said, I'm listing the areas of commitment. I said the first area of commitment is.
I think they're writing how old they will be.
Okay. Yeah. So, first area of commitment is self-discovery. The second area of commitment is commitment to your future. First area of commitment is commitment to yourself, to self-discovery. Second area of commitment is commitment to your future. Commitment to your future. What are the things that your name is going to be associated with? You must determine that now. You might not have the full picture like the other speaker said, but you need to have an idea. What kind of person do you want people to remember you, as? What effect, what impact do you want people to have when they hear your name, when they see your picture, when they see your face? What do you want them to have? You now need to begin to determine that. The third area of commitment, because I'm talking to preteens and teenagers, is commitment to your academics. Commitment to your academics. Commitment to your studies, commitment to your academics, because that, my dear, it needs to be one of the most important things right now to you. Your academics, whether you're in primary school, you're in secondary school, or you're in the university, you need to be committed to that. You need to be committed to that. And while you're in school, you need to realize that even though you have classmates, in life, there are no classmates. Oh, awesome. I'm seeing somebody type in the comment section, the greatest robotics, did I get that right? Let me get that right. Greatest robotics in history. Okay. Awesome. But it's a rhetorical question. You can just write down the list of things that you want your name to be remembered for. How do you want people to feel, when they think about you in the future, when they call your name, when they Google your name? How do you want people to feel? What impact do you want them to have? What do you want them to have in mind when your name is mentioned? You need to, what kind of young lady, what kind of young man, what kind of impact do you want your life and your name to actually carry in the next 10 years? A man of dominance. All right. Okay. So I'm talking about commitment to academics now. So like I said, you have classmates now, but listen, in life, there are no classmates. It's only in school you have classmates. So one of my mentors says, in class, in your school, you have classmates, but after school, everybody now finds their class. After school, everybody finds their class. So you need to go through school with commitment, realizing that after your 6 years, after your 4 years, after, 6 years if you're in secondary school, 4 years if you're in the university, whatever, after that period, everybody's going to find their class. Everybody's going to find their class in life. Everybody's going to find their class. So you need to take your academics, you need to be committed to your academics, because if you don't show commitment to your academics, it's really going to affect, how you come out of that. And one of the reasons why you need to be committed to your academics is because you want to show your parents gratitude. You want to tell your parents that you are grateful for the investment, for them taking care of you and all of that. And also commitment to your academics. So in academics, you must always aim for the 100% score. Don't just aim to barely pass your subject. No, you must aim for 100% score. And the beautiful thing about aiming for the 100 is that even if you don't get the 100, at least you fall down to 90, which is still excellent. But if you just want to get by in your academics, then you're going to get results and grades that that come to people that just want to get by. But you must aim for 100% score, academically speaking. So you must see every subject and every school activity as a flight of stairs. I'm going to explain what that means. You must see every subject and every academic activity as a flight of stairs. So I'm sure everybody here knows what the flight of stairs are. It's like a staircase. So in a staircase, you put one here, you put the other one here, then the other one comes in and all of that. So a flight of stairs. You must see every subject and every... Someone is asking what's my name. My name is Mamus, M-A-M-U-S, Idigun, I-D-I-G-U-N. M-A-M-U-S, I-D-I-G-U-N. All right. So you must see your academics and, every... you must see every subject and every academic activity as a flight of stairs. It reminds me of a classmate I used to have those days in secondary school. Her name is Ubong. Ubong, this girl used to be, yes, thank you, that's my name. So this girl used to intimidate us. Girl, but she used to intimidate the guys because everything for her was serious. She used to be such a committed person. Committed to every subject, committed to every school activity, committed to sport. This girl used to be good at basketball. This girl used to be good at football because ladies used to play football, guys. In fact, Ubong used to play football with guys. She's female, but she was so committed. She does not just back down and just takes things casual. She's committed to everything everything we're doing. Committed to every subject. Committed to. All right. And you saw the result of her commitment. She was the 1% of the 1% of our class for the 3 years, because I joined that school in my SS1. For those SS1, SS2, SS3, for those 3 years, the girl was top. She was the girl to beat in the class. She was consistent in every subject. She was a science student, committed in every subject. Consistent and committed. She had that mindset that everything was a big deal. You must see everything as a big deal. You must be committed to it. It was so serious that she took the commitment even to sports. She took the commitment when we go to the lab, because I was also a science student, when we go to the chemistry lab or physics lab or another commitment. The girl had laser focus. Her focus was like a flint. She was so committed. If you call this subject, you must call her name, Ubon. If you call this subject, so she was the girl to beat. Such commitment. Such commitment. So even when we are joking and playing, you know that she's a committed person. So you mind the way you play around her, because if you lose yourself, the girl will go back home and study and everything. And then when it's time to, so she doesn't play anyhow. Commitment to your academics. Commitment to your academics. So when you realize, when you realize that every subject and every school activity is like a flight of stairs that you need to achieve what you need to achieve in life, you will now see how much you need a perfect score or perfect. You need to see how much you need perfect grades in your academics. You need perfect grades in your academics. You must be committed to your academics, guys. You must be committed to your academics. I feel like coming to where you are and holding you on your shoulder and shaking you up and telling you, be committed to your academics, because that is the stage where you are right now. You need to have parallel A's. There's a guy I mentored many years ago. He was doing so well in his first year, second year, and third year. His academics started having some problems. I had to talk to him and all of that, and release him from certain activities. He started focusing and getting more committed to his academics. The next result that came out, parallel is like A, all the way down. Parallel is, that's the vision you must have of your academics. Parallel is, don't even tolerate a B. You must study like you want an A. Parallel is, you must be so committed to your academics. Because when you succeed academically, you give yourself such opportunities in life later. If you graduate with very good grades, you give yourself so much opportunities later. Okay, I think my time is winding up. So let me move to the other. I have about 7 areas of commitment I want to give you. The third area of commitment is commitment to your family and friends. Commitment to family and friends. Commitment to family and friends. You must be committed at home. Commitment to chores. Committed to helping out at home, committed to bringing your folks peace. Okay, so while I'm talking about commitment, you must be committed to this event as well, because I see some of you, I think I'm seeing Isaac here, there's some things going up on your screen. So be committed to what you're listening to, please. I'm talking about commitment. All right, so be committed. Don't stop playing around with emojis and stuff. Just focus. That's what I'm talking about. Be committed, because if you do, it'll help you a great deal. So be committed. So commitment to your family and your friends. So if you have people who study with you, especially visionary friends, not just anybody, not just any kind of friend. Listen. Be committed to people who make you better. Be committed to people who make you better, people that talk about you guys reading together, people that advise you properly, people that are on the right path. Be committed to those kind of relationships. I want to talk about the fifth area of commitment is commitment to financial development. You're not, listen. You need to learn problem solving on time. You're not too young to begin to, now, if you look at the Jewish kids, if you look at Chinese kids, if you look at those Asian kids, all right, you see them sometimes at 15, they're already millionaires in dollars. So I decided to add this one here because of the kind of world we're living right now. Because you see, when you're done with school and everything, you're going to realize how much you need finances, how much you need money. So you need to begin to now develop financial skills. You need to develop problem-solving skills. You need to begin to try your hands on some businesses, even as a secondary school student, even as a primary school student. Yes, you must be committed to financial development. You must begin to ask questions about money. You must begin to know how money works, how to grow money and all of that. You must have a savings account. You must have those days, every child used to have, not every child, but most children used to have like a box like this, made of wood. All right. And in this, they would have an opening in front. All right. And every now and then, if they give you pocket money and all of that, you take part of it and you put it inside the box and you save it. Maybe you start from January and you save it, you open it in December. That kind of thing. That kind of culture really helped you a great deal. Those people that had parents or guardians that did this for them, they were really better because they begin to train their mind. They begin to train their mind for financial management on time. Because when you get out of school and you begin to realize how important money plays in this life. So you need to learn it now. Jewish kids, they learn it from childhood. Asian kids, Chinese kids, they learn it from Indian kids, they learn it from childhood. They learn these things from childhood. You need to learn entrepreneurship on time. Entrepreneurship is basically problem solving. So, for instance, a practical example, if you find out that the kids around you, your friends and all of that, they like certain kind of biscuits or whatever, you can ask your mom to buy those biscuits for you and you begin to sell them in school or sell them, whatever. But you need to begin to think about this. You need to begin to think about, you need to learn entrepreneurs, skills and all that. Don't wait till after school and all that, because before you begin to learn, it's so important. I really wish, in some of this, I really wish some of these trainings for preteens and teenagers, let's just say full session on financial development, because it's such an important skill every child needs to have. It's such an important skill every child needs to have, especially in the kind of world we live in now. Social media, you need to learn how to take advantage of social media to begin to make money. Jewish children at 18, see some of them, they're already millionaires in dollars. At 21, millionaires in dollars. So once you have uncles and all that are giving money, you need to at least start from saving. Have a saving, they call it saving box those days, made of wood. Tell your mom, tell your dad to get a carpenter that you want a saving box. Just be throwing money inside, 500 naira, 1,000 naira, 200 naira, 100 naira. You need to be committed to financial development. You need to start on time. You need to tell your mommy, I need a saving box. Daddy, I need a saving box. Of course, these days now, banks have a lot of platforms and systems for even children to begin to save money and all of that. All right, so let me run. The sixth area of commitment is commitment to faith, your faith. And then the seventh area, because of time, is commitment to mentorship. Mentorship is basically teaching you how things work. All right. And you can have life mentors, you can have financial mentors, you can have academic mentors, you can have different kinds of mentors. You can have as many mentors as there are problems in your life. You can have one life mentor that mentors in every area, but mentorship is so important. A mentor is basically someone that has productivity, integrity, and longevity. A mentor is someone that has gone ahead of you and has the ability to guide you along in life. All right. I have a lot more to share with you, but I'm gonna leave it here for now. So let me just do a little bit of recap. So commitment is the quality, you know, of following through things. Commitment means to be joined to something. Commitment means to be locked in. Commitment means to be imprisoned to a cause. All right. Commitment is that quality without which no dream or prospect comes to pass. And I made a statement that you will not find an uncommitted person who is successful. Commitment is a mindset that you must begin to cultivate early, so that you can actually begin to build a beautiful life. And I gave you the areas of commitment. Commitment to self-discovery. Second area, commitment to your future. And I gave you an exercise to do here. Next 10 years, when your name is mentioned, what do you want that name to be associated with? You need to determine that and begin to be committed to becoming that kind of person. Commitment to your academics, commitment to your family and your friends, commitment to financial development, commitment to your faith, and commitment to mentorship. Basically, people that actually help you in life, people that you can always go to when you are weak or when you are confused or stuff. You must have mentors, you must have teachers, you must have people that you run to, and all of that. All right, so that is the mindset I really want to communicate to you, and I really hope you got this, and I really hope this has impacted you. Thank you so much, Mrs. Precious, for having me, and I wish you guys an amazing rest of the conference. Wow. All right.
Thank you so much, Pastor Mahmoud. Before I go further, guys, I know you're still here. Before I even give Pastor Mahmoud his accolades, I would like to start by giving you all a very big round of applause because you've been here for this many hours. Wow, well done, everybody. So we're going to take questions. So we allow Pastor Board like a water break. I'm going to quickly unmute us all to say our thank yous. One value I want you to take from this session or from this conference is giving appreciation when people have deserved it. It is giving appreciation. So I'm going to unmute us all. It is a life value. It is a life value. In your Gen Z lingua and your Gen Beta and Gen Alpha lingua, we would say it's giving people their flowers. So I'm going to quickly unmute us to say our thank yous. So please unmute yourself and echo thank you, sir. Can we do that in the team? Thank
you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you, father. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
If you don't come with the energy, sir, what do you think you were teaching? You were teaching old people. Thank you so much, guys. So if you're ready to ask your questions, you have two options. Thank you to everyone who is saying their thank yous in the comment section. And I want to give a special mention to Eshe. The Eshes took the responsibility of supporting your sessions. They were asking questions. Also, rather, they were giving contributions for every concept. They were giving definitions, and it was amazing. So, guys, thank you so much. And to everybody who was in the comment section who were like saying, "Oh, keep quiet, concentrate." Thank you as well. So I can see Solomon. Asking, raising up their hands. So Solomon, are you ready to ask question? David has a question. King Jordan has a question. I want to take 5 questions from this session. Okay, so I'm going to take from David first. Okay, David, feel free to unmute yourself.
Next year, what will it be themed like, and what will we'll be learning about?
Okay, David.
What next year? What will be? What will we be learning about next year?
Oh, let's finish this year before we move on to next year, okay? I think that is better. Is that okay, David?
Yeah.
So when we finish with this year and we learn all the amazing things we need to learn this year, then we'll talk about next year. You think that's better, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, David. Okay, next is Jordan. Jordan, please ask a question.
Thank you, Ma. So my
Thank you,
question is
David.
that he said that we should be committed and also said a part about savings. So I want to ask, what if you are pretty good at saving, but when you save and save and save, then your parents get so angry a moment, then they collect all what you have saved and just use it for something else. What are you expected to do?
Nice question. Really nice
Very
practical
nice.
question.
Okay, please give an answer to that, then we'll take the next one.
Okay, so so the question is, if you're good at saving and if you have a savings culture, and then your parents get angry and spend your money, um, um, well, they owe you. What it means is that they owe you, all right, and when you need it, they'll need to produce it. Do you understand that? So they owe you. So perhaps they use the. I don't know what you mean by they get angry. Do you mean maybe you do something naughty and then they, in trying to punish you, they use your money and all of that? Sometimes parents are bluffing. Sometimes parents just want to threaten you that they're going to spend your money, they're going to take your savings and all of that. But even if they do, sometimes they don't do that. Even when they say they do, but even if they do, it means they owe you, right? But secondly, you can actually save that money on your own. You can actually save it on your own if you don't trust your parents, but you should trust your parents, with that. Basically, just have it in record that they owe you, all right? So that, when the time comes and all of that, they will actually give you what they owe you. Is that okay?
Okay, let me contribute to that question for King
Please.
Jordan.
Yes.
So, King Jordan, that's a really, 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 you see, we both laughed when you asked that question. Because it's the reality of a lot of our parents. They kept the money for us. But I want to say that a lot of times, King Jordan, are you there? A lot of times, what our parents do, they do out of love. So you might not understand the reason why they did what they did, but no, they did it out of love. So if your parents got angry because you were saving money, I don't think it was because you were saving. It could have been because you had done something else. So communicate with your parents, right? Ask questions. No parent, as a mom, I believe that you have the same thought pattern. No parent would be angry with a child except the money was taken without permission. The money was stolen, but it was given to you duly, or you earned it duly, and it is being saved. Then chances are they were not angry because you were saving money. It could have been for.
No, I don't. I don't think. I don't think he's saying that they were angry because you are saving. No, I think the question is, he's saving, and then out of anger, maybe they did something naughty, and in trying to punish them, they now spend the money.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's the.
Yes. So my answer to you would be that action was done out of love. As parents, it's our responsibility to discipline you. So after mommy or dad is done with their curiosity, it is okay that you go to ask, why was this action taken? Is that okay, Jordan?
True.
But please ensure that you save. Okay? So I believe that for some parents, probably that they have seen, they might not save the time. Okay, ensure that there is open communication with your parents. So I'll give Owola B. Tomiwa the opportunity to ask the next question. Tomiwa, are you ready? I think those are the cousins together. Okay, guys.
My question is that how do we stay focused on like how do you stay focused when you are how do you stay focused on your financial to be financial because like people for example like me now I can spend the money anyhow and how do I stay focused? That's my question.
Great question. Over to you, sir. You want
How
to
do you
know
say
how to
focus financially, you mean? Or
financial
Yes,
goals.
how do
so
I
could you
stay
try?
focused because people like me now I can be somehow spending money. I cannot control
Oh,
myself.
financial
That's a
indiscipline.
very
Okay.
good
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, that's a very good, and thank you for asking that. That's a very, very fantastic question. So, like Mrs. Special said, that is where your parents come in and your older ones come in. So, if you know that you have issues within this financial indiscipline, you know you're not mature enough to hold your own, save your own money. For instance, like I said earlier, there are a number of things you can do. You can put it in that your piggy, is it piggy bank they call it? Piggy bank.
Yeah.
Those days, like I said, we had this carton. It's bigger than this. It used to maybe this height or bigger. All right. And then it has this very small, just a tiny that a paper can just enter. That's the and it's not as big as this. This is too big. You can put your hand and collect. No. So it's so small that even if you are tempted, even in, no matter the level of indiscipline, you can't withdraw the money. You can't get the money out. Do you understand that?
Oh,
So these are systems that you put in place to restrict you. Secondly, you can actually give your mom or your dad the money to save, to hold for you. All right. And then they'll be able to vet whether or not your reason for wanting the money is cogent or not. Thirdly, you can also have an elder sibling, that you trust to also hold the money for you. Fourthly, you can actually have your mom, your dad open an account for you. You can have your mom or your dad open a savings account in your name. All right. So when you have money, you give it to them, tell them to put it in your account, and then they show you that your money is in your account. Do you understand? With that, you don't have access to it, so you don't spend the money, at will. Do you understand that? Mrs. Precious, I don't know if you want to add something to that, but thank you for asking that
That's a
fantastic.
very Yes, that's a very good question. I'm just going to piggyback on what you said. It's essentially setting systems in place. Even we adults, we do it as well. Because look, no
Absolutely.
matter how disciplined you are with money, if money is always lying around with you, there's no system to save it. There's no system to curb excessive expenditure. You will spend the money, you will buy the next food. So what we do, and I advise you, is to set the systems in place. When you get the money, like Ambassador said, get your piggy bank and put it in your piggy bank. Chances are that by the time you want to break, and make sure it's a piggy bank that is difficult to break, not an envelope. Just get the envelope and bring out the money. You will spend it. Right? Yeah. So put up the systems in place. Give it to someone you trust. Put it to a bank account and all of that. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, Isaac, guys, are you ready? We need to release our speaker. Are you ready? It's time for you. Isaac, I'm unmuting. So Quinesta will go next. Isaac, over to you.
Okay, so my question is, what if your parents does not allow you to save, and when you tell them you want to save, they always say no, and maybe if you go and secretly put money and save, they might find out and take your money and use it.
Okay, so let me answer this, please.
Please go ahead.
At the end of whatever we're teaching you, we believe that your parents know the best for you. So if you
Yes, I
are
was going to say that.
not save at the time, please do not save. Until whatever you hear today, ensure you get the expressive permission, the explicit permission of your parents before implementing. At this phase of your life, whatever your parents tell you trumps whatever you're learning. But they have sent you to the Academic Excellence Conference because they trust Mrs. Obona, they trust Coach P, and they trust that we're going to set you right. Okay? So if they ask you not to save, please do not disobey them. Obedience, the Bible says, children, obey your parents in the law, for it is right. So if your parents say, do not save, I believe that they have a cogent reason why you are asked not to save. Okay, everybody, thank you. So, do you have anything to say?
No, absolutely. I was going to say the same thing. You defer to your parents. No matter what you want to do, if your parents said no, it's not the right time, then you just defer, just relax. There will come the time where you have the liberty to do what you want to. But if your parents said, don't do this for now, please don't do it. Defer to your parents 100%.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. Okay, over to Queen Esther. I can see the two pretty girls. Guys, are you ready? Unmute and ask a question.
Oh, thank you, sir, for your class. I loved your class. And I want to ask a question, but about the commitment to the future. I want to ask, so what if you be something, and then there's another thing you want to do in the future that you can't do at the same time? What do you do?
Sorry, I didn't get that. Mr. Precious, did you get that?
No, I didn't. I think I've called for it. Esther, please ask the question again.
I was saying that if in the future, if you want to be a nurse, for example, and there's so many other options that you have in mind, how are you going to do all of them at the same time? How can you be clear of what you're going to do?
All right. So I remember before I talked about commitment to your future, I talked about self-discovery. So it's at the point of self-discovery that you know what you want to do. You know the direction, because you can't begin to move. You can't begin to travel with first setting the direction. All right. You must determine where. You don't go to a park or you don't go to an airport and say, I want to fly. They'll ask you what's your destination. So the destination must be determined before you begin to talk about commitment. All right. So you must clarify the destination. So you must sort out from self-discovery. At the point of self-discovery is where you determine what you want, who you are. So the question of self-discovery, like I said, is a question of your origin, your assignment. All right, who you are, what you want to, who you want to be, and all of that, and then you now set out that journey. I don't know if that makes sense to you. So you must determine what you want to do first of all. The former speaker talked about your temperament and all of that. Basically, you have to know what you're best wired to do. Now, while you're growing up, you will have a lot of amazing things that you think you can do. All right, but you must now, and that's where a counselor comes in. So someone like the previous speaker or someone like Mrs. Ogbonna Precious, you need to sit with them and do like a SWOT analysis. It's called a SWOT analysis. You know your strengths, your weaknesses, your threats, your opportunities, and all of that, and then you determine the direction you want to go to. All right, you want to fly, but you can't fly to London and Japan at the same time. You must go to one place first before the other. So you must determine what you want to be. For instance, let's say you want to be a nurse and an engineer. All right, the question is which is priority to you? Which one do you want the most? Do you understand? Which do you want the most is the question. And then you determine the one you want the most, and then you focus on that one. When you are done with that one, if there's still time, you can now do the other one, or if you can juggle it. But the point is that you must determine where you are headed first. You can't have two things. If not, your energy is going to be dissipated. All right, you must chart a course, determine where you want to go to first. That's why the discussion of self-discovery is so important. Hope that makes sense to you.
Yes, I believe it made sense. Thank you so much. I saw someone, I think Blossom was someone. Okay, please, if it's you, I can't find the video for some reason. Question. So if it was you, let me see your hands up, please. You were raising your hands up like you were waving at the screen. If you have a question. Okay, I think we are good. Solomon, do you still have a question? So King Jordan, we've taken your question. Let's allow other people more opportunity. You can ask mommy to allow you send a voice note with her phone or daddy, whoever gave you access. I would respond to you. Okay, so we release our speaker, and so we also take like a water break. Okay, I see in your lure. So let's take a question. Okay, let me raise Solomon, you raise your hand again, then I know you have a question. You know, Noah, you have the floor. Please unmute and ask a question.
My answer to this question. How
Yes,
can we
please.
save?
How can you do what?
How can we save money?
How can you save money? Lisa, would you want to take that question? Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Please go ahead, ma.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. She asked, how can you save money?
Okay, so when you get money, when you get, if you have pocket money, you can, let's say you're giving 1,000 naira for your pocket money, lunch money, or whatever. You can just bring out, a portion of that, maybe 20% of that, 200 naira, or even 50% of that, 500 naira. And so instead of buying maybe ice cream and burger and donut and all of that, you can just buy something smaller because you want to save, because you have commitment to financial development. All right. So you take a portion of that money and you put it in your piggy bank, or you put it in your bank account and all of that. Like I said earlier, I think it was Mrs. Precious that said that. Now, if you want to begin to save, you should talk to your parents. Tell them, "Mommy, I learned about savings. I learned about having commitment to my financial future. I want to begin to save. Is it okay by you? Can I do save? And this is what I want to do, or how can you advise me to begin to save and all of that?" And then, because once there's an agreement between you and your mom or dad, once they permit you to save and all of that, so they now begin to help you to ensure that they even begin to remind you and assist you to ensure that you are actually saving. So saving, because right now you're not working or anything, so your income to you. So from that income, you take a portion of that and put it in your piggy bank or your bank account, in partnership with your parents, and that is how you begin your savings culture. Is that okay?
Yes,
Okay, sir. So I am the hostel. How can I save money?
I didn't hear. If what?
So if I'm in the hostel, how can I save money?
Well, if you are in the hostel,
Okay,
I save money.
okay. If you stay in the hostel, great. I think the same thing applies. The same thing applies. For instance, you're giving money to go before you get into the hostel. You can take a portion of that, or you can do the piggy bank thing like we talked about. You can have your piggy bank in the school, but because it's school environment, it's dormitory, you may need to have your parents talk to your what they call them now, the people that are over, house mistress or house master and all of that. So someone like that, so yes, so that they can be keeping that for you, so that your piggy bank is not stolen or broken or invaded. Yeah, so you can also you can save in school. So when uncles, aunties come for visiting day or things like that, you can put it in your piggy bank, and all of that. Yeah, so basically the same things, the same principles.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
you're welcome, Noah. I loved your question, guys.
Ma'am.
Brilliant question. Thank you so much all for participating, and to our very distinguished speaker. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for coming down to meet us where we are. God bless you. For those asking, the next class is coming up in 10 minutes. So we're going to give you all a water break. We'll give you time to go back and rest, and you could still be on, but in 10 minutes we'll give your parents a lot for you all to come back. Ensure you do not miss this. But in the meantime, Thank you so much, sir. God bless you. Thank you so much for being with us. Okay, guys, your break starts now. In exactly 10 minutes, we're going to have our last session for today. You see this session, you do not want to miss it. This is one of the most transformational sessions anyone can be in. We're going to have a young person come speak to you. So please, guys, do not miss it. I will see you by 3:30. God bless you.